Welcome to Center Ground, your home for unfiltered discussion, where we tackle today's most talked about topics, break down current events, and give our take on the internet's latest foolishness. Tune in and let's find some common ground. Let's get this party started. Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Bootsy, at the Center Ground podcast. This one is an interesting one. So I saw this one. I instantly added it to my list of ideas for the podcast. And I saw the problem with rich, and that's really where I cut it off. And I'm like, oh, I could talk about this all day. And then just this morning, I saw it said the problem with rich black men. So this should be interesting. I know people probably like, damn, all you talk about is the women. Let's talk about the men's right quick. And this is about 4D Shams. I like his content. So let's get this started.
I was with Fetty Wap and Waka Flocka.
And you with Waka Flocka while he was with Tammy?
Yes.
How long did you and Offset fuck around though?
That was it.
That was it?
Girl, that was it. He hated me.
So Fetty Wap, Waka Flocka, and Offset. Okay, pretty strong start there.
With Snoop Dogg in the video, and he was snorting lines off of your chest.
Not Uncle Snoop, nah.
And I FaceTimed, he answered with his full face on the camera.
Sorry, I'm like in the middle of getting ready right now.
Now, he
Yeah.
was very married at the time.
I found out he was married when he flew me off the BET Awards, and on stage he's thanking his wife. I'm like,
He was really on stage thanking his wife with a side piece in the audience. Wow.
How was 50 Cent in that?
I remember good dick. That's why I could tell you my good dick.
Okay, good dicks.
Yeah, Young Thug, #1.
You Emin?
Thug been telling y'all that he's not gay. Sure he
Pause. But I'm gonna start off by saying, like, the things that we glorify people for is usually stupid. And we're starting to get glimpses of why it's so stupid. And what's crazy is we're just seeing, I don't know, this lady could be lying, but we're starting to see countless and countless women who get popular and famous because rich men can't keep things in their pants. And it's like a man without self-control has the propensity or the ability to destroy the planet. But I guess we'll learn more. What they also do is they promote degenerate women as well. And I can't stand that. But yeah, whatever.
He rocks dresses and, acts super feminine sometimes, but he's not. I mean, it seems like he obviously knows a thing or two about pleasing women. I mean, it's the reason he had Mariah the Scientist acting like this on those jail.
That don't mean he ain't on the pause game. Like, it could just mean that he plays for both teams, but that's not what I'm trying to talk about today.
Phone calls.
Daddy, am I your baby?
Am I your baby?
I
Now,
exposed you.
Tiana is so unproblematic, but I've told her she need to stop letting bitches in her bed. We're in a bathroom stall with Lil Meech giving him head.
You know, you have to give your man head wherever you're at.
Now, academics. I seen him like in a tape online, and his belly is really huge. It's hairy. His was kind of small, and he had to stay close.
Kinda. It's so small, babe. Literally the smallest ever. Oh my god. I'm so mad that I just fucked him too.
Imagine knowing all this information and still
I thought this was about rich. I mean, I already can sense what the problem is with rich black men, but I'll start off by saying this. A lot of rich black men are still lame black men who just got money. Money don't change you. I remember I said that a long time ago, and people were like, oh, you're just hating. I'm like, I'm starting to think y'all just dumb and use the term hating for everything, even when it don't fit. But it's like, just because someone, like, if you're a loser and I hand you $1 billion, you're just going to be a loser with money. I don't know why people think that the money is going to fix the problem, but I'll continue.
I'm going out sad like this over a bop.
Begging you, please delete this stuff. This is my reputation, bro. I apologize for saying what I said to you. Please, man.
But you said it was capped though. What was capped, Demetrius?
Selena, I said that to get the post deleted, Selena.
But now you want to make me look like a liar in front of the internet. It's crazy, Demetrius.
That's not how I tried to make you seem. I apologize for that.
We rich black men have a problem.
He said we. He could be rich. I don't know. I know I ain't. She.
Who the is we? Ain't nobody we.
Alright, damn, man. Okay, not we. rich black men have a problem. You see, with a lot of these mainstream black men, whenever they acquire some sort of riches, instead of finding them a good wholesome woman that comes from a good background with a good profession that can help raise a family properly, preferably a black woman, because we definitely need to keep the wealth within the community, instead of doing that, they go and engage and have these relationships with these bottom of the barrel women. I'm talking these.
I'm glad he said it, because I'm looking at this chick and I'm like, I don't get it. And I'm not trying to insult the young lady, but she's clearly a receptacle. Like, not being mean, just that's what she is. If you get passed around like that, I mean, like, it's pretty gross. Like, it's really disgusting. And people just do it like it's a sport now, and they think that there's nothing wrong with it. Like STDs don't exist. Like, children being born without their parents is not a thing. Like, needing surgery or blood or something and not being able to get it because you don't know who your real parents are is not a thing. But I would never understand why these dudes like these chicks so much, but I think it's simply because of access. I don't think they actually like them, but since they're so easy, men are usually, they take the path of least resistance. And so that's where we are. And it's like, this is what happens when you don't have discipline. But let's keep going.
IG models who are basically prostitutes for hire. PJ Washington fell for this trap with Brittany Renner.
So every time that he does this,
I'm going to throw this out there. I hate what she's doing because it negatively affects the child, but he's dumb. like I've always said this about this man. Like, this girl was literally on the internet giving you the playbook of what she does to stupid loser rich dudes. And this dude said, I'm going to put a baby in her. Like, come on, dude. So everything that he gets, he deserves. I was watching this video and it saddened me because it's horrible. You see that she gets the mentality from her mother, which, again, this is why you gotta be careful with some of these single women out here, because they poison their children and then their children then poisons the next generation. But I look at this dude and I'm like, he deserves every bit of that dumb crap, because it's like, come on. It's like, think about, and I had the same thing with Corinne Steffens, who was like her inspiration, by the way. And all the men that connected themselves with Corinne Steffens, I'm like, if she got them, it's what they deserve. Because it's like, why would you put yourself through that? Why?
This is the third time he's done it. He doesn't want to go with you. $170,000 to your hoe, but $11,000 in your son's bank account.
PJ had a kid with her, and now he's not only stuck paying child support, but his kid is gonna grow up in a broken home. Dude is literally in headlines every other month because of his baby mother. Imagine being mad about getting paid $11,000 a month to take care of one little kid. There's literally whole families who live on less than half of that. And mind you, this is the same.
Yeah, and that's why we got to really change the laws a bit. Like, that's ridiculous. But I'm not here to talk about the laws. We're going to talk about these dumb black men. It's like, forget rich. They just dumb.
Brittany Renner Prime hired to talk to the Jackson State football team so she could basically warn them about industry women. She literally admitted to seeing the men in her DMs as a bunch of checks.
My DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. So it's just, when you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. I'm talking heavy hitters. Some of y'all's favorite rappers, NBA players, football players. And you can either, use it to your advantage and maybe abuse it, or you can, try to make something happen. So,
but it's painful to see that rich black men are still falling for the same tricks. Other young NBA players like Zion Williamson were also caught in the same trap. And I can't lie, his might be even worse. Cause bro, what are you doing, bro? This had to be some sort of fetish or something.
Yeah, yo, bro. It's bad. I think what happened was dude got injured. Then he started getting fat. Then he started getting depressed. And she was just there. Because I will never understand people's obsession with this P star. Like, she never looked good. She looked terrible. She's boxy. This looks, I don't know what this is. This looked like a botched surgery. And it's like, I don't get it. Like, I'm going to stutter because the more I think about it, it just doesn't make sense to me how these dudes go after these women who aren't even attractive. And it's like they're just overly sexual. And it's like when you can't control yourself, you end up like falling prey to your own desires. And I know that was a saying by philosophers, Stoic philosophers. They were saying a man who is not a master of himself is a slave to his passions. And sleeping with a bunch of women is so many weak-minded men's passion that they just do it and they don't think. And I swear, as soon as I heard of Zion, I'm like, yo, he can play basketball, but the brother ain't too bright.
Because sleeping with a BBL bandit star is crazy. And since their relationship got exposed, everything she does
BBL
is
bandit.
So now every other month.
Good Lord, I started coughing. What is this?
What the hell is even that?
Like, what in the... What is this? Like, seriously. And to some people, they like, yo, that look good. It's like, I don't think I was ever that thirsty. Even when I was a teenager, I don't think I was this thirsty. That looks terrible.
He's also in headlines because of her. I mean, just look at this clip.
Everybody deserves a chance to be heard. The amount of bashing, humiliation, slander, and threats that I've been receiving these last 3 years have been a lot, and it's causing me a lot of stress, emotional distress, and I just hope we all can come to justice and this all can be resolved and nobody has to relive all these things ever again.
It's like she's
Bruh, I think when she got off that live or that clip, she probably was like, ah. Like she probably went right back to normal. She's clearly faking it and trying to get sympathy, but it works. And that's why these chicks keep doing that. But again, this ain't a video about the women. It's a video about these dumb men. Like, how do y'all fall for this is beyond me, but I get it. Some people have talent, but they have no brain cells.
trying to hit every buzzword that's gonna sound good in the courtroom. I know we're supposed to give the victim the benefit of the doubt, but bro, come on. With this sort of acting, it's no wonder she's a porn star. And the fact that she had on sunglasses because she obviously couldn't muster up some tears is just insane. We also got rappers like Lil Baby. And mind you, the Lil Baby situation is very recent. I think he got exposed this month. And y'all can pause to read, but Lil Baby was basically in her messages.
Hold on. Let me put on my reading glasses. I got the right woman, the woman that got me hyped to disappear. I'm getting my hair done. Don't act. I can't read that cutting off. Where do I live? Then stop through. Like you crazy, young like Jesus. Because ignoring me for weeks is crazy. I'm 25 minutes from your house. So. See, lack of self-control. That money never gonna fix that. I'm not reading the rest of that. It's just nonsense. But yeah, it's like a lack of self-control.
Going out sad.
Why they all do the same dumb pose? Like the same pose. Like they all went to school for it.
Basically begging her to fuck with him and possibly tricking. If you can help me get my dream car, you can have me forever. And it can't be a striker. And if you don't know what a striker is, it's basically a stolen car where they change things like the VIN number and they might change the look a little bit. So it's unrecognizable to authorities and it can be given to a new owner. I was going to get one eventually, just had to shake more ass. I don't want nobody seeing you shaking your ass, just shake it for me.
Their obsession with smuts and 304s gotta be studied. Like, I don't get it. I get that they're thirsty, but it's like you literally have women throwing themselves at you when you go outside. Why do they then throw themselves at easily accessible women? That gotta be a mentally illness. It has to be a mental illness.
That had to be the most simp reply I've ever seen. And you know,
And that's another thing. A lot of these men were simps before they got money, so money was never going to change them being simps. It's just not. Like you the one that's winning right now, and you chasing the chicks that are essentially like garbage disposals. Like I don't, I swear, this is what happens when fathers aren't involved.
I think that this only happens to like the younger black men, you know, the new NBA, NFL players who just found some new wealth and they don't know how to.
Nope, because if you know anything about sports history, it's been going on for a long time. Happens to white men too. Like if you ever heard of rock stars. Like it happens.
But no, this is happening to the old heads too. A perfect example is Shannon Sharp. A multitude of people told this man to stop pursuing these young, fast girls.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass.
Y'all see the joy in this man's face? Like he really thought he was saying something. Like, this is why I tell people, yo, y'all need to start a family with someone who actually likes and cares for you. I know it's difficult because sometimes they start off at a point that most people never receive or obtain. They start off with money. And that is like the top for most men in regards to productivity. Some of these men are really stupid and just good at entertaining. They're not really skilled in most other aspects of life, which is why they struggle after their careers are done. But like, think about it. Like a lot of these men suffer from low self-esteem. They play a game. They get instant money, fast money, just like drug dealers. And then we have a culture of tricking because we're taught to just spend on ourselves. And then we're also taught to just spend and do dumb stuff for women. And then we wonder why they end up broke and broke in. Right? What he did, I wouldn't say he deserved it because I don't think people deserve to be manipulated, but he kind of deserved it. Like you lost all that money because you was chasing whitetail like that. It's 19-year-old whitetail at that. Like, come on, you got tricked by a child essentially. And he's like, what, almost 60, if not 60? Like, come on.
Get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. Like you, man.
And I can understand why an older, successful guy could want someone younger. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can understand it. But when they start to go for like really, really young, that's when I side eye you. And I'm like, nah, you might be a perv. Cause it's like that girl was just fresh out of like what, 18? Like, come on. Come on now. You like 60. You her granddad. Hell, the way people moving nowadays, it can be her great granddad.
I get to a certain age and you still like them young. You like You like the same age girls I like.
Okay, right.
When you get to a certain age,
I'm getting old, but my eyesight's still young.
Get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Come on.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends.
And what do you know?
And that's how you speak when you understand power dynamics. Say what you will. Women tend to have power over men in the judicial system, in the family court system, and damn near every system, right? Once you start changing the races, oh, that exacerbates things. A white girl crying is going to win over a black man being honest almost 9 times out of 10. This is why they amplified the Jonathan Majors issue like he was out here beating the living hell out this white girl when he bent her finger back and took his phone that she took after assaulting him. But again, that's power dynamics for you.
A short while after receiving all these warnings, Shannon Sharpe ended up getting hit with accusations. Not only that, he got exposed for basically being into weird, kinky race play. The woman he was dealing with was
Southern man in the race play. I mean, that's a damn stereotype.
texting them weird stuff like, I want to have your big black baby. I'm sorry, but there's no way you should be that freaked out as an old man. Isn't your sex drive supposed to slow down when you're that old? Cut the story short.
Hell no, it don't slow down. That's the problem with these Negroes. Like they think they still young. Boy, we talk about the women and how they get old and still want to dress young. Some of these dudes get old and want to act like they're 15, 16, 19 years old. That's a mental problem. That just tells me that you didn't grow up. You got rich, you got famous, but you never grew up. So as much as we could talk about the women, we could do the same thing about the men.
She basically ended up suing him for $50 million of his newly acquired $100 million deal. And although she did end up settling with only $23 million, that's still a lot. I would be devastated.
Only settled for 23 million. I would settle for 23 million right now. Like, only settle for 23 million, boy.
And sadly, it doesn't just stop at people losing millions. We got long-term friendships ending. For example, like the friendship between Drake and Future that's rumored to have ended because of a woman. And
that's because they lame. Like, I swear, like, these dudes make all this money and they still lame. Like, why you? And what's crazy is their friendship probably ended over a woman that's still sleeping with multiple other people. You gotta be stupid to fall for some crap like that. Like, seriously. I remember back in the day, I had a girl that I liked. My boy liked her too, apparently. I said, yo, go talk to this girl for me. He said, I bet. He came back and then was like, yo, she said, nah. I was like, I bet. And apparently years later down the line, he told me he lied and then he dated her. And I ain't feel no type of way because I told that boy he saved me a bullet. He saved me from a bullet. He took that bullet and it didn't work out either. But it's like, to lose a friendship, to lose a partnership, to lose a relationship, to lose finances over a random woman, that's dumb. You notice they never lose it over a good woman because you never have to fight for a good woman. That's a little fatherly advice. I'm going to keep going.
We also got stuff like Stephon Diggs impregnating Cardi B. You mean to tell me that you're young, talented, and you have a bunch of money, and you want to go after a lady who's been in a public relationship for years and has several kids with someone? And on Cardi
And let's not even end it there because this is not a good woman. Like, and this is what I'm talking about. They never lock down a good woman. They lock down 304s and it makes no sense. It's like they're obsessed with them. This is the same women who used to rob people and drug people back in the Bronx. This is the same woman who used to talk smack about women who had surgery and then turn around and got a bunch of surgery. This is the same woman who loves talking smack about black women and calling them roaches and ugly. But it's not about the women right now. It's about the men. And it's like, how dumb can you be? But you see, men who move like this tend to lose a lot of respect because people don't respect them. It's like, yeah, you good at a sport, but you a fool.
Cardi B's end, she literally went from one bad relationship to a possibly even worse relationship. There's literally whole videos out there showing how bad of a romantic partner Stephon Diggs is.
What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? Oh, Stephon Diggs.
Why Diggs?
He's crazy.
At least I should name my sister Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Because he's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents. Like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents. So,
What scene would you least like to date your sister?
Diggs.
Why Diggs?
Man, no. We're gonna leave it like that. No.
And just those are his teammates. So those are probably his friends, and they're saying that. So what does that tell you about him, his character, and his behavior? He's probably doing some overly disgusting things. And it's crazy because here's my prediction. My prediction is he's in a relationship with Cardi B. They're going to have a kid, and they're going to have like this manufactured relationship. But she's going to be one in the number. And then she's going to fake glorify it like it makes her happy, as if she didn't just leave her husband because he was doing the exact same thing. Guaranteed. But we got a problem within our community, and until we learn to address our problems, they're just going to keep happening.
Honestly, don't even know who has it worse in this situation, Stephon Diggs or Cardi B. And I know earlier I questioned why black men aren't going after quote unquote good women who you can raise a family with, have kids with, introduce to your family. But the sad part is, even with the women who present this image, you're not safe. A perfect example is
I'm going to say this. I don't think a lot of these men are going after those type of women because they don't have access to those type of women. The same way a lot of women don't go after, it's not really the same because we look for different things. But I do think when you're rich and famous, I think these guys are just lazy. Like they go with what's easily accessible. So the path of least resistance. These women are always around. Thoughts are always around. Get you a little bit of money and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Get into shape. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. They are everywhere. And it's like there's never a shortage of them. And if you're a man that lacks self-control, you will fall prey to the stare of Medusa. Like that's just how it works. There's stories about succubus who just drain the life essence of men who don't have enough self-control to ignore them. These things have gone back medieval times, and we still didn't figure it out because we're dumb. Like, get it together, man.
Ayesha Curry. There was a time when everyone thought she was like the perfect wife. I mean, Drake even mentioned her in his song.
Hold on. Don't even get me started. First of all, y'all need to stop glorifying other people's wives because y'all don't know what the hell those men go through behind closed doors. The same way women need to stop glorifying people's other women's husbands. Like y'all love talking about Denzel Washington. Y'all don't know what Denzel be doing in the house, right? The same way y'all love talking about Ayesha Curry or LeBron James, Savannah James. Like y'all don't know these people. They might be horrible outside of public view. And Ayesha Curry, I have a theory that is she's just overtly unhappy with herself and unhappy with the success of her husband. Yes, you can be jealous of your spouse. I've seen it in real life. And I personally believe that Ayesha Curry is jealous of Steph. Even some of the things she said kind of admits that she's jealous of him. And I think what she thought when they were growing up, she thought she was going to be the breadwinner. She thought she was going to have all of power, all of the accolades, and then she realized that she will never eclipse his success. And I think that secretly makes her resent him, which is why whenever she goes out in public, she always says something that disrespects him. And people don't like hearing it, but I think Michelle Obama is the exact same way, because they thought that their light was going to shine brighter, only to have someone who came up, who they helped bring up, and then that person just took it away. And they know they'll never get to that point. So they secretly take digs at their spouse. And it's sad, but it happens. And maybe I'll make a video on Ayesha Curry. That's another interesting topic because she's done it more than once.
I'm supposed to wife you, you're not Ayesha enough. But you see, that whole image changed when Ayesha started doing interviews and started saying stuff like this.
Something that really bothers me and honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that, there are all these women throwing themselves. But me, the past 10 years, I don't have any of that. I have zero, it sounds weird, but male attention. Because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know.
See, look, he helping me right now. Look, first of all, she did get attention. She's lying. She's not an overtly ugly woman, so she gets attention. Dude, I've seen dudes give attention to the most ridiculously unattractive women. So she's definitely getting some attention. She's not getting the attention from the people that she wants it from. And you know who she probably wants it from, which is really sad? She probably wants it from her husband's coworkers. She wants it from other famous men who's probably friends with her husband. And the truth of the matter is that man he lives such a respectable life that some men would never touch her, even if she threw herself at them, because he comes off as respectable, because he comes off as a good Christian male who's a great father, who loves his family. I mean, there's always some, because some men have no standards, no class. But again, he comes off as a respectable guy, so they probably just take a look at her, they shake her hand like one of the homegirls, like, hey, how you doing, Aisha? And keep it moving. As opposed to some of these other basketball players' girlfriends who they see other basketball players lusting over. Like, you don't want Derek Fisher as a damn teammate, I'll tell you that much.
So that, like, someone's looking.
I didn't want kids. I didn't want to get married. I thought I was going to be a career girl. I do not have a bone in my body that can keep anything to myself. So if it comes to mind, it's coming out. Tries to resonate with me, but he just can't.
So basically what I'm getting...
Why we need to know that? Like, why we needed to, man, if that was my wife, I'm like, listen, man, you banned from podcasts. Like, stop talking. Because she every time she opens her mouth, she says something crazy. I remember another time she was talking about how he liked feet. We don't need to know that. We don't. And it's almost like she's purposely trying to embarrass him or diminish his light, which, again, sad. But I swear, I heard a comedian talk about how age progresses you and changes the way you think as a woman. She said in 30s, your 20s, you're having fun. In 30s, things start to break down. 40s, you start to destroy everything in your life because you don't understand why you did certain things. 50, you go back to being cool again. And it's like, it wouldn't surprise me if she's in that 40s range or approaching it. It wouldn't surprise me.
From what she's saying is that even though she may have gotten into a relationship with him before he became famous, before he became the Stephen Curry we know today, if he wasn't that person today, she would have left him by now. Because if this is her thought process right now, oh, I want male attention, I wanted to be a career woman, I never wanted to be married, I never wanted to have kids. If that's how she felt and she was in a relationship with any regular guy, she would have left that dude. The fact that
yeah, she would have left him and then made it his fault, which is what we've been seeing on the internet a lot. And it's sad when you realize the only reason why your wife is around is because you're rich and famous. That has to sting. It has to. And it sucks because it's like, how do you know that that's going to happen to you beforehand? But this is not a video about the women and their behavior. This is about the men's and their poor decision making. But I guess it does. It shows that sometimes it doesn't really matter what choice you make because other people can make choices for you. Because on the outskirts, it looks like he made a good choice, even though some of the crap he's going through right now just seems unnecessary. But also, we also don't know if he did something to hurt her and we just didn't hear about it. So there's also that. Keep that in mind. Let's be objective here, people.
Stephen Curry is Stephen Curry and he has millions and she's able to live a soft life through him is probably the only reason she's still in that relationship. And I honestly don't know what it is with wealthy black men. Because it seems like whenever black men touch some serious money, the first thing they do is go after women who wouldn't give them the light of day if they didn't have that money. A perfect
personal insecurities. Yes, I wanted to bring this up, but I didn't want to make it a race thing. But it's a clear indicator. And every time you see an overtly black man or an extremely unattractive black man by black female standards, that dude gets with the whitest women on the planet. Like bright white. You know what I'm saying? They like don't want their kids to look anything black. And you see it constantly. Some people might say like a Patrick Mahomes, but I ain't gonna throw him in there. But like when people just aren't happy with their own race, they run to the other side like the other side is gonna fix their personal issues. That's an insecurity that's far too many black men have. That's not taking black women off the hook because let's be real, some of y'all have babies way too early, which is why some of these men who are higher earners don't want to bring you on because why do they want to take care of your kids? But then I saw a clip of some black guy who was glorifying a white woman who had like 7, 8, 9 kids. So these arguments go back and forth. It's that whole revolving door stupid that I always talk about.
Example is a recent post I seen about Mario Balotelli. He basically talked about how before he became famous, Italian girls wouldn't give him the light of day. And then when he finally got his professional soccer contract, the first thing he did, he went and brought a car and he picked up 4 girls to have fun with. Mind you, these are the same women who weren't giving him the light of day before. What a lot of these wealthy black men need to realize is that this is how
That's how insecurities work. yeah, I couldn't get you in the past, so I'm going to get you and then I'm going to use you and I'm going to throw you away. And it's funny because a lot of women don't understand that's how they get chosen. And then a lot of those women start to believe that they're higher than they really are. And it's like, no, that guy wanted to use you as a play toy. He never really liked you. Yes, it stems from his personal insecurities, but it is what it is. Right. And that's how you got that man. So sometimes when these women get with these rich men and they start thinking that they're better than the other women around them, no, that's not how that works. This is why he'll sleep with you, but he'll marry someone who looks nothing like you.
A lot of these industry women think.
Hey, what's good with the audio? Yeah, but I don't see anyone here. I don't know what's going on with this audio, but maybe it's on his video. None of these women just overtly look like they're worth a successful guy just taking on a boss or a CEO. They all, I'm pretty sure they're going to go out together. They all look half naked. They all wear the same type of makeup. Look at that. Same type of makeup. They all have the same type of fake hair, fake nails, fake surgeries, fake everything. And they all think they deserve more than what they probably actually deserve. But again, this is not about the women. This is about the dumb men who are willing to take these type of women on, who have this type of mentality, and then they complain about gold diggers. They complain when the women take them to court after only being married to them for 3 to 6 months. They complain when the woman gets a few kids out of them and then randomly leaves. Like, man, she never liked you, stupid. But see, I do find it funny, though, how, again, not about the women, but I do find it funny how in society where I'm allowed to call these men stupid, inadequate, ignorant, belligerent, dumb. I can say all these things. They have self-esteem issues. They're weak. I can say all these things and I would never get banned. I would never get demonetized. I would never be canceled. None of these things. But the minute I say those exact same things about women, it's a problem. But again, ain't no audio anyway, but we not sexist over here. We just tell the truth about what I see. That's what I do, right? And it's crazy how we live in a world where that's not allowed based off who you're talking about. I'm really just listening to them, watching them lip sync. I don't know what the hell's going on with this audio. Hold on, let me fast forward.
I'm gonna sit here and try. No, I'm not gonna sit here and try to fault her for having that.
Man, I wasted my time. That thing ain't had no audio. Hold on.
That preference. If she wants to date wealthier men, she wants to date wealthier men. But the issue is when black men don't go for good women who actually like them, and they go for women with this type of mind.
Can we stop calling these things a preference? I'm hoping that I can spark this on the internet. These aren't preferences, they're desires, and it's slightly different. So when you have, oh, hold on, somebody calling me.
Mindset. You're going.
Yeah, so let me say this, right? The way that I look at it, the preference part of it versus desire, I find it interesting when people say it's just their preference. And I find it interesting because those preferences seems to be fluid. They change way too much. And this is why I don't look at them as actual preferences or actual deal breakers. I look at it more so as just their personal desires. And the reason why I do that is because women will tell you that they have a preference of certain types of men, but then when you look at their baby father, he fits none of them. And so I'm like, is it a real preference or are you just saying it when it's convenient? And they're like, that's why I don't think they're actual preferences. I think they're more so just desires. But even so, it's like, who cares what people's preferences and their desires are, especially if it's delusional? Yes, you can let them say whatever they want, do whatever they want. But then what they're starting to do now is they're poisoning the next generation. And now we have young people who are saying the same moronic crap at younger and younger ages.
For an industry woman whose main priority is money. Not to find love, not to start a family, not to be a wife, a mother. No, it's to find someone who has more money than her. And then everything else follows. But when you lead a relationship with that, it's no wonder everything else ends up being superficial. And that's also why we have this ongoing rhetoric that once black men become successful, they end up choosing a white woman. And people like Dr. Umar have argued that the reason for that is because white women don't try to look for a finished product. They invest in a black man's potential and they help him achieve it.
One of the biggest advantages the snow bunnies have on our women is snow bunnies will find a dusty brother and see his skill, his talent, you feel me? Yeah. Invest in him in college. And by the time he become a multimillionaire at 35, she been with him the whole walk. You see that? A lot of sisters are not going to do that. They're not going to find a dusty brother in his senior year or dusty brother in the community. But you see, he got this business idea. She like, nah, come back and see me when it's up and running. I don't think this ever going to happen. Soon when you waved him off, the snow bunny got him.
Now, I personally feel like this is
And as much as people hate to admit it, but it's real, it's true. And they got mad at him for saying that because he was giving out the keys to the castle. He was giving out the secrets. Far too many of our women don't like you when you don't have anything. They wait for you to get it and then they try to jump in. But what women don't realize is when they do that, men already put you in the I can't take you serious box. And so they probably will never take you serious unless they're a dumb rapper or a dumb entertainer, because you realize that's all he's showing. And I do hate how we tend to judge black men off what entertainers are doing. That's not what majority of black men are doing. It's just not. But again, I'm gonna let him finish it and I'm gonna give my close because this video almost done.
It's one of those issues that's more prevalent online because in real life, I see plenty of healthy black couples with a bunch of money. But these allegations definitely apply when it comes to like these mainstream individuals. The rappers, the ball players, you know, the people who have the most clout. And since it's so prevalent within that community that has so much popularity, it makes people think that it's the norm and that it's happening everywhere. But with that being said, if you made it this far, go ahead and like.
See, and I'm glad he said it. Yo, this distracted the hell out of me. I don't know what she on right now, but good Lord. But yeah, I'm glad he said it because that's my sentiment as well. Just because you see it on TV doesn't mean it's the real world. Just because you see it on the internet doesn't mean it's the majority. That's not how this works, right? I've been saying this lately. Like 50-50 couples they tend to be the most successful, and y'all taking advice from stupid single people who can't get right and nobody wants. That's dumb. The same thing goes with this. I do think rich black men, entertainers, have a problem with seeking out women who are the bottom of the barrel. The same way a lot of women have a problem seeking out men who are the bottom of the barrel simply because they have money. I think they kind of go hand in hand. I wish that they would just connect themselves with each other and leave everybody else the hell alone. But of course, that's never going to happen because they have a lot of influence. And because they have so much influence, it tends to create a ripple effect of stupid and just destroys everything in its path. So a problem with black men, I would say let's not use that generalization and look at it more so as a problem with black male entertainers, because they tend to not be very educated. They tend to come from a single parent home. They tend to exhibit the same destructive tendencies as their mother. And I know this video is not about the women, but it comes from somewhere. And I believe it comes from their mama, because that's a lot of stupid behavior that just keeps going on and it goes on unchecked. When I look at some of these things, I swear it's, again, I gotten into like stoicism. I believe that men should be a bit more stoic. You should think things through. You should have foresight. I think if you don't do these things, if you can't make tough decisions, I don't look at you as a man. So I struggle with looking at any of these entertainers with any real seriousness. And I wish women didn't either, but they're going to chase the money. So you have what you have. But I believe that, you know, self-control, internal self-control is more important than external circumstances. That's just one of my personal views. So if you are a man and you get rich or you get famous or you get popular and you can't contain yourself, even though women are throwing themselves at you, it says a lot more about you and your lack of control than it does about them. We all know that women are going to chase men with money. They've been doing it since the dawn of history, dawn of time. So if you can't figure out how to have control over yourself and your own body and your own urges, you're just as bad as them. It's as simple as that. If any young man is listening, I believe you should go find you a woman that's going to love you dearly. It's hard in this time. I get it, but it's better than connecting yourself with a thought. Come on now. What do you want to be on child support? Like, you want them to take away your kids? You want them to destroy your life? Like, you got to think, use some foresight. Yeah, they might be fun for a time, but they come with a lot of destruction. And I think sometimes I wonder if that's why STDs are here, is to keep us from trying to just have fun and realizing that this thing can get serious real quick. I think y'all should look at relationships the same way. Don't just date anybody now. I don't care if she's pretty. I don't care if she's cute. I don't care if she got a good body. Date with purpose. Date with people who have potential for a better future. Someone who's willing to work with you. That's it. Everybody else, y'all need to learn to ignore them clowns because they're going to destroy. All right, I'll holler at y'all.
Thanks for listening to the Center Ground Podcast.
We'll be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the video. We are a new channel, and growth is essentially our main objective. So send us an email at centerground.pod@gmail.com with any ideas or clips you would like for us to review. This was definitely fun, and I'd say let's do it again. But before you go, always remember, greatness lives somewhere within you. Just make sure you're taking the time to find the key to unlock that greatness. Until we meet again, I'll see you soon.